anything put in place, any hoop they want you to jump through, you need to jump. Mr. Campbell, were you wanting ready for us to recall Mr. Reynolds Cantrell?
Yes, Judge, I think, well, if Your Honor prefers, I certainly can drive out to Battleground. There's a CPS worker here with my client, so out of respect to her schedule, I think we can proceed with the hearing. I believe she may have even some information to provide Your Honor on resources that the family is currently involved with, so.
I don't think, are you a CPS worker? What's your name?
In-home family therapist for advice.
Referred by CPS. Okay. Well, thank you. Welcome.
And I'm sorry if I didn't have the organization right, Judge. I apologize.
She was shaking her head, but I could tell that she was in some capacity here. Tell you what, let's get this matter called right now. So, Ms. Stovall, and if you'd like to come forward as well with Mr. Reynolds Cantrell, that would be helpful, I think. So if you both want to come up, if you're comfortable doing so. Mr. Campbell, do you have any objection to me talking to Ms. Stovall and maybe asking some questions?
No, Your Honor, I anticipated it might be very helpful for her to provide a position or perspective on what resources the family are being involved with. I have instructed my client not to speak about the facts of our case, of course, and did ask him if it would be appropriate for me to request Ms. Stovall to speak with Your Honor. So yes, please do.
So I'm going to just do two things first, and then I'll hear from Ms. Stovall. So Mr. Reynolds Cantrell, you're before the court on a charge of assault for DV. That charge is a gross misdemeanor. It's subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. I did review the associated police reports with the case. I did find what is called probable cause. We have assigned Mr. Campbell, who is your attorney on the other pending matter, to this matter as well now. Ms. Stovall, it sounds like this is a circumstance that happened back on the 25th, so a little while ago. Can you tell me what kind of interventions there's been with the family since the time of the incident?
So we've just been working on parenting skills a bit. I would say I'm mostly in the home for other reasons, though, not necessarily associated with Mr. Reynolds.
Okay. I'm assuming you've been doing this for quite a period of time.
Yeah.
Do you have professional concerns about Mr. Reynolds Cantrell returning to the residence?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like, and I know that you were not present for whatever took place on the 25th of November, do you feel like the family situation and dynamic has de-escalated since then? Well, your attorney has asked you to remain silent, and that's okay.
I wasn't there for either of the incidents that occurred.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't really speak to that. I wasn't there.
How often do you engage with the family?
Every day, 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah.
Okay. So you're in the household fairly routinely, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
The alleged victim here, his initials are DLR.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any interaction with DLR?
Yes.
Okay. One of the things that's being proposed is a no contact order between Mr. Reynolds Cantrell and DLR. Do you have any perspective on that?
I would say he's the primary parent. So he's the He's the one providing all the cares for the child.
So it would be fairly traumatic if the court were to enter a no contact order with DLR.
I think so. I think it would cause a lot of other problems. I think the mother wouldn't be able to attend work and lead to other ongoing problems.
So Mr. Busby,
So, ma'am, are you assigned as part of kind of family preservation services
Correct.
or pre-dependency?
Yeah, so.
Okay, so dependency hasn't been filed.
To help prevent out-of-home placement, yeah.
I'm familiar. I'm also a contract attorney with
Excellent.
OPD for dependency, so that's why I was asking.
so Mr. Busby, as you probably can understand, the court is entered a not guilty plea. I think the thing that the court is trying to find some direction with here is release conditions. Seldom do we have in particular, we don't generally have a youth victim present in court.
So, Your Honor, the city's concern is we have 2 alleged incidents of domestic violence in
Yep.
the same household
Oh, I'm aware.
within 6 months, less than 6 months. And now we have I believe it was 11-month-old, was that?
1.5.
One,
almost
okay.
2.
So, toddler, maybe not even quite qualifying as a toddler.
I think we have the date of birth on the NCO is wrong. It says 2003. Is it 2023?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
12/29/23. All right, I'm going to change that if you don't mind.
And the original incident from June, and actually I believe this incident as well, were called in by the 7-year-old child. So we've got some significant domestic violence issues occurring in front of children.
Yeah.
The city's not comfortable not having a no contact order. The court can make the decision, but the city's going to request the no contact order. I understand that this may put the mother in a difficult situation.
And that's why the court didn't impose one last time, was because I think mother was here and basically said that this is going to cost her the job, and there's 7 kids in the household, 6. So man, this is such a tough one because so theoretically, Ms. Stovall, and I know this is way outside of your zone of competency, but if I put a no contact order into place, someone leaves the home, what happens to the caregiving that's going on?
I mean, I think that's a great question. I think really, I would say Gage is probably the protective factor in the situation at home, which is
The what factor?
protective factor.
Protective factor. What does that mean?
I mean, I think he's the one who's there with the children the most.
Ms.
And-
Stovall, I would ask, has the department, to your knowledge, made one of the services they generally make available is child care, daytime child care, and they will make it full-time Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. Has that been offered as available?
Yes.
So, Your Honor, I think that at least could partition. Partially, I don't know the mother's work schedule, but the city has significant concerns if we're saying that this is the protective person and he's allegedly engaged in assault against the mother and an assault against one of the children. The children have been witnesses to these crimes or potential witnesses to these crimes.
Would add the other parent also has, significant amount of TV charges as well.
And if I might briefly respond, Judge.
Sure, Mr. Campbell, go ahead.
Your Honor, the interventions in the home currently appear to be robust. The protections for the children in this environment seem potentially even more significant with Mr. Reynolds in the home than if he is removed. It's a very difficult position to put your honor in, but the department is in a position nearly at a dependency proceeding. And if they are identifying by in-person contact with the family that a dependency proceeding needs to occur, a shelter care hearing can be initiated immediately. I think that there's probably a risk based off of what Ms. Stovall is saying, that if we enter a no contact order, the dependency proceeding will proceed. And I'm not saying that that's inappropriate. I guess I'm just saying that at this point, with the interventions that have been occurring in a situation for over a month, we would ask Your Honor not to impose a no contact order, even though that is somewhat exceptional under the circumstances. Mr.
Let me make sure I'm understanding. So your interaction with the family did not start following this incident. You were already on board or following this incident.
Correct.
Okay.
I think my understanding is that a CPS report was made.
Yep.
Based on the incident that he's here for today.
Yeah.
And when CPS came into the home, they observed several issues of concern. Beyond that, it kind of took precedence. And so, I mean, while I don't have all the facts, I mean, I have what they've told me, what I've been informed of by CPS and by Gage and McKenzie. I think it's more a parenting issue. I don't think
So is it safe for the kids to have him in the home?
to have him in the home.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Seems to be.
So here's what I'm going to do. I have said this a number of times before. I sound like a broken record. There's nothing that putting this robe on does that gives me any kind of superpowers. I have no ability to know about your life, know about the lives of these children, what your family circumstances is whatsoever. I have to look at the information in front of me. I have to listen to the experts when it comes to this kind of thing. I hope you understand that the conduct you engage in here, allegedly, is extremely problematic. Okay. Our job as parents, and I am a parent, Mr. Busby is a parent. Our job as parents is to set the example for the children. Our job as parents is not to, I don't even know what your thinking here was. You're thinking, but don't say anything because again, you have a right to remain silent, but holy cow, that's all I'll say.
Your Honor, if I may, if the court's not going to be entering the no contact order, I know the court only has jurisdiction over DLR. We'd be asking on the representation that daycare is available, that child be placed in full-time daycare during the pendency of this case. It's not an issue of funds. The DCYF will pay for it. It's available. That I think would be an appropriate protection for this child.
Guess the thing that I'm finding though is if there is this unit of 6 kids or 7 kids, to pull one kid out, especially a young child.
No, I understand, Your Honor, and I don't have the, my request would be to pull all the children and make.
I
and
understand.
I know we
The
don't
court
have
does
that
not have
authority.
jurisdiction over this.
Exactly. So the only one that I can protect is the one that is the victim and the alleged victim in this case.
I think DCYF is ordered on a safety plan for childcare as well. So we've been talking about that quite a bit and trying to figure that out, specifically for the 2 younger ones. All the other children are quite a bit older. 12 is the youngest. I think they're a 7, 8-year-old, but she's only there every other week.
I heard from her last time She's the reason that it was not a no contact order last time with the circumstances. We can certainly, if we feel lucky, bring in Zoom user and see who it is. Yeah. All right, we've just brought someone into our Zoom hearing with the Zoom name Zoom user. You've just joined our hearing and hearing my voice for the first time. Can you please unmute and tell me your name?
Mackenzie Orozco-Pelkey.
All right, so we assumed that perhaps that was you. Do you have any feedback not discussing the incident that you want to provide to the court regarding a no contact order in this case?
I am mother of 6 children, 2 of whom I share with Gage and the alleged victim. And he is not any harm to them. I just wanted the resources to help him, and it escalated way further. I have many nights that I have problems actually putting the alleged victim to sleep where only he can do it. I work full time at Amazon, and he is the one that is helping with the children. He's the one that does all the work. And if he was taken from, if there was an NCO placed, I would have a significantly harder time trying to manage the household, 6 kids, and a full-time job to provide for the household.
Okay.
Sorry.
We don't have authority over the other children. We do have authority or jurisdiction for Mr. Reynolds Cantrell. I would ask that part of his release conditions then be that he comply with any safety plans and all aspects of any safety plans developed, services, preventative services offered by the department. Failure to engage in those services, I think we'd need to readdress whether he's remains out of custody, frankly.
All right, so Mr. Reynolds Cantrell, I think the other charge is scheduled for the 18th.
And I'm comfortable leaving both those matters on for the 18th, Judge.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to set everything over just a couple of weeks. The court's position at this time is I'm not going to enter the no contact order. Again, I don't have the expertise in these kind of, I don't even know what the word for it is, problematic homes or difficult, difficult nurturing environments. I don't have a background in that. Mr. Busby has more of a background in it as doing his dependency work. Clearly, Ms. Stovall has more knowledge about it. Mr. Campbell probably has more knowledge about it than I do. He mentioned I'd never done dependency work. I don't know anything about it. That said, boy, this is one that someone can look back on if something else traumatic happens to these kids, and I'm going to be squarely in the crosshairs. They are going to blame me. Is that fair? Nope. But you know what? That's one of the responsibilities of my job. That said, if anything is stepped out of line, I'm going to topple these dominoes, because I clearly could have entered a no contact order, not with this particular person, but could have entered a no contact order and had you out of the household significantly earlier. And that would have been financially detrimental to your family and extremely inconvenient. People would have lost jobs. But it almost comes down to it's the safety of what's going on in that house, because allegedly you have a very hard time handling yourself. Boy, that's not the look I was looking for. You have 2 counts of assault for DV that's in front of this court. Both are pending. Things are not going well. Okay, and if you can't agree with that, then we have a more systemic issue going on here. Things are not going well. Whatever you're doing needs to be done differently. And to facilitate that, you are to comply with all DSHS safety plans. Anything put in place, any hoop they want you to jump through, you need to jump. I'm going to be revisiting this on the 18th of December. If you are out of compliance, I'm likely going to be taking you into custody. I'm not prejudging anything, but I'm telling you we are that close at this stage. This is unacceptable, highly unacceptable. Do you understand? Boy, man, I'm getting some very interesting nonverbal communication from you right now. I don't know. Next court date is going to be December 18th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Please stay in contact with Mr. Campbell. Your release conditions are to violate no laws, appear at all mandatory court dates, notify the court of any change of address or phone number, no consumption or comply with all DSHS safety plans. We're going to put you on administrative release through Clark County pretrial release. That's phone check-ins. My hope is that DSHS can determine who the assigned pretrial release officer is, so the communications regarding compliance can go through the pretrial release officer. Meaning if things are not consistent with whatever plans are laying out, that can be reported to the court through pretrial release. Does that make sense, everyone?
Is that somebody age needs to contact then?
He needs to contact pretrial release, but you need to disclose the fact of DSHS being involved at this stage and that communication be allowed between DSHS and pretrial release. Is that clear? Yep. Department of Social and Health
Yeah.
Services,
DCYF. Yeah.
DCYF. Apologize. I'm going to change that.
Who is the CPS worker that's ongoing at this point?
I don't know if Corinne answered. It's Dawn
John Cook and Kate Kersey.
Cook, yeah.
All right, Mr. Reynolds Cantrell, we're going to get you some documents at the desk by the door. Please call pretrial release this afternoon. Do you have any questions regarding the court's rulings today? Thank you. That concludes your hearing.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.